and welcome to Our Perspective. I'm Leah Hogan, and I'll be giving you all your fashion favorites for the week.
I'm Nicole Collins, and I'll let you know what hip-hop star wants to be among the list of Forbes' most influential. But I bet you'll never guess for what.
I'm ROANNA Strowman with your love and relationship advice.
I'm JILANE Williams, saying with the apprehension of an escapee, are police thinking they might be seeing a trend.
And I'm KIANDRA, putting the ball in your court and giving you the latest in March Madness.
So last night, as you may or may not know, Ryan Moats, he's an NFL star. His mother-in-law was on her deathbed, and he got pulled over. He ran a red light, got pulled over right there at the hospital. Police would not let him go see his mother-in-law before she passed. Did you hear about the story?
Yeah, that was a breaking news story last night. Pretty big story. It's got a lot of issues with, the race card being pulled today. Yeah. Moats was saying that, earlier today, Moats was saying that he might think it was driving while black. The police officer in question was a white guy. And he's now been, I think, demoted or put on suspension until further investigation. So,
yeah, but he did run a red light, so...
Yeah.
That's the whole story.
That's still terrible.
Yeah.
That's still terrible.
The situation was
An
serious.
ethical decision should have been made.
Yes.
Right. I would
I
do
mean,
the same thing.
especially, right, because from my understanding, his wife was able to get out and go into the hospital, and didn't nurses come to...
Correct. People tried to come and try to get him.
It's very sad, being that, it's life and death, I mean, a ticket can wait, he'd already had the guy's information, so it's not like he can run off and not, write him on the ticket or whatever, but, he missed the time to say his last words to his mother-in-law.
And I just think that, it'd be something if he didn't really believe him, but with the nurse coming out and the security guard coming out, I think something should have been understood there. So.
Exactly. And here's JILANE Williams with your latest in headline news.
The Gretna Police Department has finally apprehended escapee Lum Jones. Jones had escaped custody at the courthouse in Gretna Wednesday after freeing himself from his handcuffs. Authorities say Jones pushed a police officer, stripped off his prison uniform, jumped into a waiting car, and fled the scene. Police caught up with the suspect after being tipped off that he was hiding out in a Kenner hotel. Jones was then taken into Gretna Police Department's custody to face numerous charges, including battery on an officer, simple burglary, simple escape, possession with intent to distribute narcotics near a school, and aggravated fight of a police officer. As members of the Gulf Coast Regional Task Force raided Jones' hotel room, they arrested 3 women suspected to be accomplices. The ladies in question are Donna Gouliad, who officials say was the driver of the waiting car, Jeronique Jameson, who booked the hotel room, and Chantel Chandler, who allegedly smuggled crack cocaine to Jones while he was in custody. All 3 women were booked with being accessories to a simple escape. Chandler was also charged with possession of marijuana. The second escape in 3 days, a shoplift suspect being transported to jail escaped from a police car while the officer escorting him slowed for traffic near the Superdome. 25-year-old Roy Kane climbed out of the police vehicle's window and vanished from sight. Primetime audience's biggest American icon made his way back onto the tube this week. President Barack Obama made 3 television appearances, ending with a primetime press release Tuesday. 11 networks aired the event, totaling an approximate 40.3 million viewers. Big numbers for most television programming. However, Obama's first primetime press conference in February held the attention of nearly 49.5 million viewers. The networks that aired February's conference were ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, Univision, CNBC, CNN, and MSNBC. Additions to this week's conference were Telemundo, Fox News Channel, and Mundos. Despite the increase in channels airing the program, the average household rating dropped from 30.8 to 29.5. Obama also made appearances on NBC's The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and was featured on an extended interview on CBS 60 Minutes. The fuel economy standards will be raised for the first time in over 25 years. The Obama administration is set to announce a new standard today. The 2011 model year, the plan is that all new cars will need to meet a 30.2 miles per gallon standard, while light trucks and SUVs must reach 24.1 per gallon. That's a combined average of 29.3 miles to the gallon, an increase of about 2%. Under 2007's energy laws, the administration will have to set the standards before the end of this month. The new requirements are said to be more lenient than those previously proposed by the Bush administration. And that's your Need to Know news for this week.
So, I mean, what do you think about Obama? He is definitely a celebrity. He really is.
The press conference was fabulous. Like, he really had a message this time, you know, on patience and everything. And we have to just basically be patient with him because he's doing a lot of work that Bush messed up.
I mean, you know, even with that, you know, I love Obama. Everything, he's a charming, you really have a connection with him. When everyone knows about President Obama. He's definitely someone, even with Michelle Obama, everyone wants to know what's her workout routine. Everyone wants to know what she's wearing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know everything.
I think he's the people's president.
And that night when that program viewed, I was just excited about how many people actually paid attention to the show.
Really?
Because if y'all didn't know, BET's College Hill aired that same night.
Yeah.
So a lot of people had their statuses on Facebook saying, yeah, did you check out College Hill? Did you check out College Hill? But I was still surprised at how many people still said, yes, President Obama did a great job in representing tonight. So
what do you think caused maybe the rating drop, the slight ratings drop? He still had millions of viewers, 40 million. So.
Well, I mean, I think, you know how people are really excited about a subject when it first comes out, and then after a while it kind of dies down. But the ratings are still high, so you can still see that the excitement for President Obama is still there.
They're still wanting to know more. They're still wanting to know what the change is going to be and what he's going to bring to the table.
Or maybe some of the ratings went to College Hill.
Yeah, probably so.
Maybe. I doubt it,
so I don't know.
So the fuel is going back up, right?
It's definitely not the price of the fuel. They're talking about the standards for vehicles made by manufacturers. Manufacturers have to, for cars, it's a little bit more than for SUVs and trucks. I guess their tanks don't hold as much, but it's going to be the biggest change in 25 years, so it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a really good thing.